Welcome back to the After Dark podcast, where we discuss topics that are none of our business. It's your boy Black Mike on the mic. We got Big Stir up top. You already know what it is. Make sure you like and subscribe on the YouTube channel. Ring the notification bell so you never miss an After Dark episode, because shit, let's be honest, guys, you don't know. We might go on a 2-week hiatus. You may never know what's going on, and then you don't even know when the next episode is going to drop. So you might as well hit that notification bell so you know, just like this situation, right? For the audio listeners, make sure you go ahead and follow us. Leave a 5-star comment if you're feeling ever so gracious. Leave a 3-star comment if you're being truthful. Let's be honest, we're still working, we're getting there. So leave something, just leave something, all right? Hey, Big Stir, man, what's up, bro? It feels good to be back. How are you doing? How are you living? What's up, man?
Nothing much, man. Life's on the up and up. Had some hiccups here and there. Yeah, we discussed prior to the hopping on here, but honestly, life's going good. Feeling healthy. Definitely getting stronger, which is awesome. And feeling really good, man. I'm feeling blessed. A lot of stuff's going right. Some things aren't going great, but you gotta take your wins where you get them. But otherwise, things are looking on the up and up. Funny enough, had some conversations with some people that I know, just like about kind of like where we're at in life right now. Being like, I'm 20, we're both 26, and they're around my age, a little bit older, some like a year or so younger than me. And it's like, dude, it's crazy to think like literally almost we're gonna be close to a decade here soon that we've been out of high school, which is an insane thought to even put into perspective.
That first class reunion is like 2 years away.
I know, bro. And like people are like, I'm not gonna go to that. I'm like, no, I'm definitely going to see either how bad or how good people are looking right now. Not physically. Yes, that too, but like,
you're gonna make everybody go through security clearance?
Yeah, hey man, I ain't got Drake money, and we'll get into our boy Drake and his whole situation. But nah, man, it's been a blessing. I continue to be grateful for the situation that I'm in. I'm ever so blessed, and continue to try to keep growing, man. Life is going in a good direction, and like Mike always said, man, we're getting the teeth fixed soon. It'll take a process, but y'all see, hey, boy gonna be cheesing out the ass, bro. He gonna be cheesing out the ass, and y'all be like, damn, why's this boy smiling so much? You know why? The teeth are looking perfect. There might be a super problem. It's
good to hear that everything's going good, man, bro. I'm just glad to be back at it, back podding. We had some technical difficulties, which is the reason why we have not been here podding yet. We got some cool stuff that's about to be on the horizon. We gotta get our feet wet a little bit, kind of get back into the swing of things in this podcast. So we are back, and what's better way to fucking kick it back off than Drake For All the Dogs finally dropping? We've been talking about it like almost every single pod leading up to this one. We've been talking about, is Drake dropping it this week? Is it next week? What is it going to be like? Well, it's finally here. Basically, we were going to do a live reaction of the whole album, but because of technical difficulties, we couldn't do it, and we waited like 5-6 days before even listening to this album so we could give you all the reaction, but we couldn't wait 2 weeks. Like, there's no shot we could wait 2 weeks. So we'll roll out the new Black React show next week and kind of show y'all what that's about. It's gonna be cool. But we're going to start off with Drake For All the Dogs. We got to review, we got to react, we got to break it down, everything that stemmed from it, all the news. There's a lot of critiques, a lot of people voicing their opinions. Drake is out here sending shots. He's not taking no shit from nobody right now. Sterling, you listen to it. I made it, due to me, you had to wait like 6 or so days before you could hear it, but now you finally heard it. What is your opinion? What are your first thoughts of hearing For All the Dogs?
See, and the funny thing is, if you would have asked me on the first listen, what I thought of it, then I would have been like, oh, like he definitely disappointed me a little bit on, this whole album. I thought it was gonna be more, a lot better. Like I thought, but Drake has this thing, man, where like you can shit on him off the rip, like about his album, and then next thing you know, you're listening to that shit on literally repeat, bro. Same song over and over and over and over again. I had that same instance happen to me literally this past week after listening to it. I mean, I can't stop listening to it. Like, it's getting to that point. Like, I cannot stop listening to it. I have not listened to anything else. I swear to you, bro. I literally, I'll give you some background on this. Like, hung out last weekend, listened to some different music with some friends, and that was like the last time I heard anything different. Dead ass. Last time.
Yeah.
So if that says anything about what this album is and how it looks on the back end of things, I mean, I'm ultimately impressed. I'm curious to see what I know you were texting me about it, but I want to get your thoughts on it, so we can put it out in the ether.
The best thing that happened to me and listening to this album and the way that I perceive it, like, I honestly feel bad for a lot of people who listen to this, because when it comes to music, sometimes, first impressions, everything. When you go back and you play it, you'll find out that you like some songs that you initially thought you weren't going to like. But the problem is, if that first impression is so bad, you might not go back. And you might not go back enough. Like, sometimes it's not just let me go back and listen to it one more time and it'll click for you. Like, sometimes it needs to be forced down your head. Like, it's almost like that one song that used to play in the radio back when people actually listened to the radio in their cars. And like, I remember hating that particular song, and then it just kept playing and playing and playing. Next thing I know, I'm bobbing my head to it, I'm vibing out to it. It's like, damn, the radio really works to just really get the song off the ground, right? But what happened to me was because we were forced to wait, because we were trying to get that live reaction, I was able to see everyone else's reaction to the album, and I was able to separate my expectations for what I wanted to hear by the time that I was actually listening to it. Because if y'all remember from when we were talking about it beforehand, I wanted a straight rap album. Obviously, when we got the first single, Slime You Out, I kind of realized it wasn't going to be a rap album, but I still held hope. You never know. Like, maybe that was just his cash grab. He has SZA on a record. He's cash grabbing. But majority of this album is going to be rap, which it really was not that. But because I saw everybody else react to it poorly and say, oh, man, it's not a rap album, this is not what we wanted, blah, 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 blah. I was able to go into it and like, okay, I know I'm not getting a rap album. So I have no more expectations on the album. I have no clue what I'm going to get. Everyone says it sucks. I'm honestly going in like, oh, this is going to be pretty bad. So I had lower expectations than what I probably should have. And let me tell you, dude, I was just I was blown away when I heard it. Like, on initial, I know, like you said, I hit you up, I was like, dude, this is the best solo Drake album since Scorpion, and it's better than Scorpion in my opinion. That's just my opinion.
Yeah, man, I really think that when it comes down to it, obviously Drake is an impressive artist. We know his discography is gonna go down in the books. He just recently tied Michael Jackson with the most solo albums, charting number one or number one songs. I can't remember the exact.
It's number one songs. Number one hits, yeah.
And that's already an insane stat. I want to give Drake his flowers on that, man. That's amazing. Congratulations.
Can I speak on that real quick?
Yeah.
Because there's something about that I think is a little more impressive, that we got to dig a little bit deeper. Because before I listened to this album, obviously, I'm a Joe Budden head. I get a lot of reaction from Joe Budden. I get reactions from academics and so on, and other YouTubers, influencers that I kind of listen to just because I like the way that they depict their opinions, and I wanted to get a feel for what I had in store before I listened to the album. And I remember everyone saying, well, actually, First Person Shooter Mode was one of the songs that, was my cheat song that I listened to before we were going to do the reaction. So it was one of my cheat songs. But everybody was coming at Drake for letting J. Cole absolutely demolish him on a track. And that was my first thought at first, too, because I remember we were talking about it. I was like, dude, J. Cole completely ate him up the whole track. Like, it didn't even sound like... J. Cole was coming at shots saying he was number one on Drake's track, on Drake's album For All the Dogs. And Drake wasn't even really addressing it. But why I say it's impressive and why people are overlooking what really happened on that album, that was the biggest Sun You moment in J. Cole's whole career. J. Cole might have ate him up lyrically on that album, but real people, if you really pay attention, Drake sung the fuck out of this nigga. Drake let J. Cole spit bars for bars, give him everything he got, tell him why he's the greatest. Drake didn't even bother trying to match his bars. He's like, I don't even give a fuck. He's just gonna have fun with it. Said, I'm one away from Michael. Nobody's gonna catch up to this nigga. Beat it. That's literally what he said. And now what just happened? That song is now a number one hit. So in the song where he said he's one away from Michael, he literally tied Michael Jackson in that song, which is crazy and will be cemented in history forever that this is the song, and he says that in it. But not only that, it's J. Cole's first ever number one song in his career. And Drake handed it to him, like some hand-me-downs. Like, here you go, bitch-ass nigga, take my overalls. And he fucking gave him his first number one hit, let J. Cole do all this spitting, and Drake came over here, didn't even take it seriously, and was like, here you go, my bro. It's been 15 years. I feel like you deserve one by now. Let me give you a number one hit. And to me, I think he sunned J. Cole. Like, I don't know. What you think? I think if you look deeper, he really sunned J. Cole, and he kind of came out on top as far as how it's going to age.
Yeah, on a surface level, yeah, like obviously on the surface level, lyrically on that track, yes, J. Cole had the best of Drake. I don't think that's even a debatable thing at all whatsoever. But in that same vein, I do believe kind of where you're coming from. He's like, dude, like Drake knows his worth, bro. He ain't got to say it. He ain't got to flex it. Everybody knows Drake. Everybody knows he's the most notable rap artist in the game right now. Has been for the past 6-7 years, since, not saying Lil Wayne necessarily fell off, but stopped making music as much or being as involved as he was prior.
Yep.
And I think that in that same vein, that Drake has gotten to this point where it's like he is literally floating. He is floating. He is like a god. And for someone, that's how people saw Mike. For like my parents and your parents, people that grew up seeing Michael Jackson for who Mike Jack was, like he was floating. Like he was unfreaking touchable. And barring even in the latter years of his career and his life with the children's scandal thing, like even at that, it didn't stop people from listening to his music. Didn't matter what he did. And I'm not saying that's a great thing if that did or didn't happen, and we're not going to go down that rabbit hole because that could be a real deep one.
Yeah.
But I do believe that Drake understands where he's at right now, and he understands where he's going to go. He also is not going to be making music for a while, apparently, just like J. Cole is about to drop his last album, The Fall Off. Two really great artists, two of the greatest artists of our generation, are going to be taking a hiatus, if not a full-on retirement, for at least one of them. And that's something you got to kind of give your flowers to both of them. Give your flowers to Drake, give your flowers to J. Cole, because you're witnessing pure greatness at that point.
And for all you guys out there who are shitting on this album and, because I truly believe that Drake's hiatus that he's about to take, this 2-year thing, has a lot to do with the response to For All the Dogs, right? I personally feel like if the For All the Dogs came out the gate with like everybody was praising it, he might have kept riding. He might not have mentioned that he's going to go on a break. Well, let's put it that way. I'm not saying he's going to put out more. He would put out more music because people had a high regard, held the album to a high regard. But because they didn't, I feel like it made him say, I'm going to take 2 years off. Just like you pointed out, J. Cole's dropping his last album, The Fall Off. We already know Kendrick doesn't drop shit. Apparently there's rumors that Kanye's working on an album, but we know how that goes, right? I mean, that could be 2-3 years from now that we actually get that album, or we might not ever get that album. The point is, we are about to enter a 2-year period where Drake, J. Cole, Kendrick Lamar, Travis Scott, because he just dropped, will not be here to pick up any slack, carry any load in rap or hip hop. So for the next 2 years, who's going to carry that mantle? Who's going to hold that weight? Rap is already on a decline. Like, I don't know if people are really paying attention to what's happening, but rap is falling off big time. White people are not listening to rap as much as they used to. Don't get me wrong, they still love rap, they're still bumping that shit, but I'm telling you, what they really want to listen to, what their go-to shit is now, is EDM. They're getting back onto the country flow. Rap is falling off, and without the top dogs to hold it at the top, we're going to either need some new people to take the reins, or we're going to need some people to step up and wear the big boy pants that they have not been wearing. They've been wearing them baby-ass trousers with little onesies with little teddy bears on it and shit. Y'all gonna have to hold this shit down. If not, rap's about to be shit, microwavable, and the fuck out of here. I mean, that's my opinion.
Yeah, I mean, it is scary. I mean, look, I don't know how people get too into the EDM stuff. I can screw with it a little bit. You know, I can mess with it just a little. Because, like, you know, you'd be in a vibe. If I'm drinking, you know, doing whatever, like, I can kind of vibe with whatever, usually. Like, I don't usually have an issue with, like, you know, that sort of thing. But, I mean, that is true. I mean, we're about to go into a hiatus of just a lot of the same sounding music, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
Like, nothing's going to sound different. You got, you know, it's going to be mumble rap back at it again. You're going to have people doing, like all types of different weird sounds, trying to like, and then like, and people probably thinking, oh, you didn't mention Lil Uzi Vert. Nobody wants to talk about Lil Uzi Vert after this trash ass album.
Yo, Pink Tape, my dog. He needs a hiatus after that bullshit. He needs to go learn himself. Boy acting like he just got into college and he's trying to figure himself out for the first time. Nigga, who the fuck are you? And it's not this. Let me tell you once, it does not need to be what it is right now.
Yeah. So, I mean, I think that there's going to definitely be a bit of lackluster, I mean, going into our 30s, which is going to be it's crazy to say, to be going into our 30s without not as much classics probably going to be hitting the charts. But then again, it does lay the foundation, or it gives opportunity to the ones that, like, okay, like, these guys are always shining, like, they never, like, look at my music or, like, never listen to me the same way. This is your opportunity to really step up and show that why you're different from the other, you know, hundreds of other rappers that in the mainstream that sound the same, and differentiate yourself and become not necessarily the next Drake or J. Cole or Kendrick Lamar, but be able to be that guy we can count on to be like, oh, if he comes on the track, I'm gonna listen to it, and two, like, I know it's gonna hit, his part's gonna hit. So that's really it. I mean, like, I can't get into the whole, like, just ratchetness, girl rap. We've already had that conversation. I can't get into that. So, like, let's be creative. Let's have some fun with it. I'm not an artist, so I'm not gonna sit here and try to you know, rip somebody on it, because I can't make music and that's not my forte. But I will tell you right now, if it's piss poor, you know daggone well we're gonna talk about it. So That being said, go ahead.
I was gonna say before we move on from this, let's really let's break down. I want to hear some of your favorite tracks. I want to rate this album 1 through 10, obviously, because we got to get this on. We got to get that rating up there. We've been rating some albums. Which songs are you listening to the most? What are you not liking? What's your rating?
Gotcha. So let me pull up the track list. I mean, I don't even have to really, but let's say top five because it's a 23 album or song album.
Yeah, hell,
with a couple with a couple interlude type songs with like Screw and BBO. So top five. I'll rank my top five to make it even more interesting. Won't even just say like, oh, these are my top five songs. Number one song, my personal favorite on the album, and I'm sure it's a lot of other people's favorites too. It kind of spoke to me because it spoke to me in so many different ways. I'm gonna say Virginia Beach.
Ooh, I'm glad you like that song, bro. People are hating on that as intro.
I mean, bro, if you see the listens and the views to it, then you'd be wild. You would think differently, but
that hook is like fucking catchy, bro.
Lean into me,
leaning so to fantasizing. That's not like, bro.
You can't sit here and tell me that wasn't one of the best. Honestly, I think it's one of the best songs he's made. And I was sitting there just like listening to it. I was like, dude. I'm not joking. I was just having a conversation with my roommate and his girlfriend earlier. I was like, I have listened to that song on repeat for an entire day at this point. Like, it is that like, I never get tired of it.
Same.
I never get tired. That's my number one song. I think it's just it. I mean, thought I could have treated you better. No,
what's that period line, bro? Oh my god, that one line's so fire.
Go ahead.
I'm just trying to remember. I can't think of something about where you finna end the sentence at. Oh, you keep talking about some period, but where you finna end the sentence at, bro? That shit hard.
Yeah, it's just like, brother, like, I sat there and I literally, so like, when you're really into a song, you go and look at the lyrics. You be like, what exactly is he saying? Because then, like, I wouldn't even like go like, because I'm Rap Genius. Shout out Rap Genius. They'll have the lyrics, right? And then some of the lyrics they'll like define, like, oh, this is what he was trying to say here, or maybe this is what he's referencing. I didn't even do that. I like just sat there and I like listened to the song and I was like, oh, that's what he's saying, bro. And then if some stuff was like a little bit like wonky, I'd be like, oh, okay, maybe I don't look what they're saying. Well, that's my number one song off the album. I mean, number one song on the album. Number one song in terms of order of the album. I could listen to that song over and over again. It's perfect for late night vibes. It's perfect for just vibing. It's perfect for anything, bro, almost.
Nighttime car rides, bro. That shit.
Yeah, dude. It's just like, it's perfect. It is the closest thing you're gonna get to a perfect track, in my opinion. Then second favorite song on the album is gonna be Members Only.
Ooh.
P&D, dude, I'd be sitting there like.
I feel like you're a big Drake P&D collab guy, aren't you?
Oh, dude, I love. They always sound they mix really, really well together. The beats they go on, they don't have to like adapt too much to one another. And what's the line he says in that song, bro? There's a line he says, and I'm just like, damn, he really just said that shit. Oh yeah. He said, you're too down. It's the chorus. He said, you're too down for the gangy. You're one of my members. They see you coming round in the realest way. Now them hoes getting friendlier. This dude is saying, you're down with the gang, but you're one of my members, bro. You're one of my bodies. You're one of my girls. And now since you're good, now all the other girls are getting friendlier, bro. Now all of them want to be with me too. It's like that. Like, if for anybody out there, they're like, oh, this isn't for all the dogs. Like, we thought it was gonna be a dog. No, he was a dog. on this album. He was a dog. He said my ex-girl was a head case. I cannot defend her. I mean, brother, he just coming at people's necks. Like, I don't know who his ex-girl is. Sorry, girl. Like, I mean, he ripped you. And then P&D just comes in there, and it's like, oh, it's so perfect.
Can some of y'all niggas just say y'all don't fuck with R&B? Because, like...
Yeah, that shit's deep.
Because what pisses me off is people are saying, like... They were saying, well, so I wanted a rap album. But a lot of people were saying they wanted old Drake. And then were saying that, like, he missed. I'm like, bro, this is literally old Drake. This is Take Care Drake. Prime, emotional, in his bag, making hella relatable, relationshipy, like, type lines that are just like, damn, like, yo, I feel that, but I would have never thought to, like, speak what that feeling was. But I totally know that feeling that you're speaking about right now. Like, it's crazy how well he is at doing that.
Yeah, I mean, and he definitely modernized his album a little bit to make it a little bit more playful with the current scene of audience that listens to, music nowadays in this day and age.
Yeah.
But dude, that song is fantastic. Absolutely love P&D on that. I wish P&D would do more stuff. He's on like another album or another song, I think with Six Lack that I fucking love. Mm-hmm. Like, I mean, dude, like he just is a perfect feature guy. Like he's built to be a feature guy. It's kind of scary. I won't sit here and lie to you. My next three are kind of like a mixed bag. Not necessarily a mixed bag, but like I wouldn't be like, oh, that's like my third, that's my fourth, that's my fifth. But I'll try to rank them the best I can. I'm not gonna lie, dude. I'm not gonna sit here and cap. I really, 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 I mean, I think every guy could feel this a little bit if you kind of been through kind of what he's talking about. And Drew Picasso, like, this nigga, bro. This dude. I'm just gonna read I'm literally just gonna read the first, like, 4 bars here. Or not first, it's like in the first verse, 4 bars, right? He says, act like you need some insurance on it. We didn't get here on accident. Don't make me bring out them racks again. Your 2 best friends are some savages. just, hey. Just before you even get a real annotation of what that's supposed to mean, just try to guess what he's saying there. For the listeners out there, for the people that are watching, this is what he's talking. The annotation, the Genius annotation, I'm reading this verbatim from Genius. Shout out Genius, for real. Drake tries to tempt her to not let him throw out racks at her 2 best friends who work at the strip club. Probably referring to the strip club booby trap, as he says at the end of the song, because he does reference that. He's sitting here saying, act like you need some insurance on it, being him. We didn't get here by accident because we both agreed to this. Don't make me bring them racks out. Don't make me throw my money and show you that I'm that guy. Like, because I don't care. It's a dog line, bro. It's a dog line. He is literally like, I don't care. It's like this. Basically, this song is like from my point of view. It seems like it's like he got kind of screwed over by a girl, or like she thinks he's screwing her over, but in reality, she's been screwing him over, type of thing. And he's like, nah, let me show you who I really am. And it's like, you didn't realize, you forgot. Your best friends are some savages. What I thought before I even got the annotation of it, when he said that your 2 best friends are some savages, not the fact that they're just strippers, but the fact that they're probably screwing them.
Yeah.
They're probably.
That's how I took it.
That's how I took it before I looked at the annotation. I'm like, that sounds right too. But like, I think it's because they're screwing them, and it's like, yeah, like you thought you had me, but I got your best friends in my back pocket too. So it's a wrap. I don't even have to go into too much detail about this. If y'all haven't listened to this song, brother, like, that's a masterpiece. Drew Picasso, perfectly put together almost. Obviously, I have it in my 3, 4, 5 spot, but like still, fantastic song. And no offense for all the ladies out there that really think this album can speak to you, it doesn't. If you really listen to the lines, except for the slime you out, like, scissor verse. Like, bro, ain't nobody talking to y'all. Ain't nobody.
No.
And
For
maybe
all
on-
the dogs
maybe on beat.
was meaning he's about to shit on all these hoes in the
Yes.
most beautiful sounding melodies that he could possibly think of.
That's fact. That is fact. That is fact. I think he did a fantastic job at that. But fourth is going to be IDGAF featuring Yeet. I don't know, like, I've been seeing the memes about, like, how Drake, like, kind of, like, scooped in on, like, Yeet's part. Like, money for fun, bro. I love that. I love that transition. Kind of that money for fun. And he just, like, rolls into it. Ooh.
Mm-hmm.
I love it. I love it. And in the beginning, obviously, with, like, I don't know what that is. Azimuth? It's apparently Yeet and Azimuth. I don't know who Azimuth is. But doing that intro with the little, like, twinkles, like, twinkle, twinkle, not twinkle, twinkle, little star, but, like, twinkly type of vibe, it's just phenomenal. I think Yeet performed extremely well in this. I think they both sounded great. I mean, Drake is just... I could literally go on for days.
Forever.
He said, no, this is my favorite line of the freaking, aside from him transitioning into money for fun, even though that's, I don't care what nobody says, that joke's hard. But he said, I stay with that O like a tie, I stay with that O like a bagel, I stay with that O like a lifesaver. Shout out to my ex, I'm her lifesaver.
Yup.
Bro, he said I saved her life. I put her under my wing and I said, yep, give me that. Give me that. Hey, give me that. Then he makes another reference to it. I don't know if it's in this song. Oh no, that's gonna be my fifth song. I know it. I know what my fifth song is. But yeah, great song. Really enjoy it. I still like I like it when I'm like, that's a song you listen to like when you're as a guy, when you're just feeling like that dude. Like that's that song. That song. And then the next song that I'm gonna mention being my number 5. It's in my top 5, basically my top 3 to 5 ranking is Daylight. I mean,
Shout out to Daylight.
Can we take a moment, Adonis? I hate you. Like, why you gotta come in?
That's shitty ass fucking. Yo, that shit.
Bro, have you seen the full version of that song that he made?
Yes, bro. That shit was absolute dog shit. This nigga got no talent.
He had a whole music video. Like, you know when you're gonna take the ball, you take the ball. It's like, bro, no way. They made Drake probably spent a band on that music video. He sat there and like
the fucking 8 a.m. in Charlotte video. I don't even know what like music fucking Adonis was listening to, but like they were on this. He was obviously riding this slow beat, and Adonis is over here like. I'm like, bro, what is that dance move? I don't mean to shit on the 6-year-old. I'm just saying, bro, like, sometimes the apple, like, sometimes the tree is on a hill, and when the apple falls, it rolls down the hill, and it ends up way far away from the tree.
Yeah, and I already knew something was a little wrong with, no offense to the kid, because he seemed like he'll be a good kid, man. I'm sure he'll be just fine. He's not lyrically talented right now, which is fine. But he apparently likes mellow sneakers too. Like he's obsessed with them. I already knew something was wrong with that.
Oh yeah, got steak taste.
He got a steak taste. But yeah, number 5 for me, or ranked 3 to 5 for me, is gonna be Daylight. I mean, if you talk about a dude being a dog, this is another song you listen to when you're in your like as a dude, you're in your bag. The Tony Montana intro. Oh my god.
Bro, you know what they're saying this song's about, right?
Say what?
You know what they're saying this song's about, right?
Yeah, about X. Yeah.
Yo, that shit sounds like he did that shit, bro.
No, I think he's so good lyrically at hiding it enough where they can't be trying to use it. They didn't get to try to use it against Young Thug and YSL and bag them, all them guys.
It sounded like he straight up confessed to that shit. Like, yeah,
he's like, shut him in daylight. Shut him in daylight. I mean,
said his boy catch the body, he shot him in daylight. Like, yo.
Yeah, he said I wasn't there when they caught the body.
Yeah,
I was some body. He said I wasn't there when they caught the body. TPS think that I bought the body. Internet swear that I bought the body. Take me more than that to go pop somebody. them niggas talk about everybody. So low key, I'm happy they got somebody. Nigga, what? And then he says, like, and then he says, like, what's in your shoe? We socking niggas. Like, what's on your wrist? We clocking niggas. Like, anyone home? We knocking niggas. We clumsy as fuck. We dropping niggas. Dude, he just kept going. He said, like tennis indoors, we squashing niggas. Dude, what is he talking? He's on another level. He just rolled the same bar for 10 lines. My favorite verse, though, on the album or on the song, it's got to be the first one. And I hate to keep reading the lyrics out, but these just listen to me.
I'll read them.
Speak to me.
This is poetry.
No, brother, he says to me, he said, it gets off the Tony Montana beat and it drops in, right? He said, and he drops it, it says, treat all my exes like Jehovah's Witnesses. If y'all don't know who Jehovah's Witnesses are, nobody likes to talk to them. They always come knock on your doors. You know, that's just what it is. Like, you don't want to talk to them. You don't want to be around them, that type of thing. He said, free all the dogs and fuck all the witnesses. They sitting down, we standing on business. Hey, standing on business, standing on business, standing on business, standing on business, blah, blah, blah. And then he says, I'm trying to fuck all the bitches that look like my ex. I'm making her vex. I'm too complex. I carry a whole lot of gold on my neck. He talking down. He get put in a lake. Kappa the type to show up to the wake. Dude. First off, he went in like two different directions so fast.
Yeah.
He was like, first off, he's like, all right, I'm trying to fuck all the bitches that look like my ex. If you're Drake's ex, bro, because he already referenced you like multiple times in this album, I feel so bad for you. Like, I feel so
He's probably referencing like 30 different chicks at once.
Facts. That is true.
But I think most of it is about Riri.
Yeah. And that shit's funny as fuck, because I'm like, damn, that's crazy. Like, if I was trying to fuck all the bitches that look like my ex, I would definitely be making her vex. And then I ain't gonna say I'm too complex, because I'm pretty damn simple. I'd be like, yeah, I just did that shit to piss you off type thing. Like, just do it. And then he says, Capo the type to show up to the wake. Brother, if y'all don't know what that means, if you guys ever watch Sopranos, Mafia, or Godfather, the Capo is a main member. A main member means like he's like if you're in a fraternity, you're a pledge, and then you become a full brother. He's like a full brother of the Italian mob. And I'm reading the second part verbatim. If a capo shows up to the wake, it is likely one of his crew members has been the result of a killing. So, what that basically means is like, if one of his boys dies, he shows up to the funeral, but it's like, maybe somebody else got involved too, and we killed somebody else, and that's why.
So what we need to figure out is we need to get the guest list of X's funeral and make sure that nobody was linked to Drake, because that would be the number one way to figure out how this shit happened.
Yes. Well, I mean, dude, I mean those 5 songs, man. I mean, fantastic. Drake, brother. I'm annoyed I wasn't able to see you, and I'm annoyed I had to hear it secondhand from a friend of mine. Or just from a couple friends actually at this point. But dude, like, bless up. Your flowers are here, brother. If you want a big ass bouquet, like, I'll shoot it over to you. Like, I don't know what else you need me to say. I think it was an incredible album. If I'm ranking it on a scale of 1 to 10, 9.2. Yeah, if you're getting a 9 period at any point, it's impressive. You get a 9.2, brother. Like, you killed it. I definitely think there's a few songs up there that I would skip. I mean, there's a couple. No, I won't say a couple songs. Like, I'm not gonna listen to the BBL interlude. Like, I don't care. Like, I don't care about the BBL. It's cool. The BBL love is cool. And then Gently, I wasn't a fan of that song either, bro. It's catchy. It's catchy though. Don't get it twisted. Like that. I don't know what they're saying, but like, and then Rich Baby Daddy. Like, I could get on with it for a second, like your part, but Sexy Red just be ruining, like, she just be ruining stuff. Like, she just come on songs and be like, nah, we just gonna ruin this. We just gonna ruin that good song. But I'm curious to see what you think. I think it's a phenomenal album. I think Drake put together something that made a lot of sense. And like I said, for the people out there that think he wasn't talking to the dogs, he was talking to the dogs. He was talking to us. He was saying, yo, like, I'm here. I know what y'all feel. Let me make this relatable music. I didn't hear nothing about the Bebelos this time. I didn't hear nothing. I think I might have heard one thing about a private jet, but like, that's neither here nor there. But like, he made it relatable again. That's what makes Drake Drake. That's why Drake has become the artist he is today, because that's how he, like he related to all of us at young ages and has continued to evolve into the artist that he is today. And he's obviously in a different zone now. I don't like you painting your fingernails, bro. I'm sorry. For anybody listening to us painting your fingernails, look, man, I get it's a form of self-expression. I don't like it. I don't care if you're straight or gay or bisexual or whatever your orientation is. It's not cool. It's not. If you're identifying as a man, not cool. I just don't care. Like, maybe get them clear cut when you get your manicures, but like, don't be getting like skulls and like painting them black and like that type of thing, brother. Like, it's just a little weird for me. But I know some cool ass people that do it. So
I think I found our first clip.
Yeah, that's a clip for him. But I'm curious to see your thoughts, your top 5, what you want to rank, just some takeaways for you, because man, I really like. I do want to give an honorable mention though to obviously 8 a.m. in Charlotte, because that was like, it's shot in my city, which is super freaking cool. And then What Would Pluto Do? Because that, I was vibing with that song too. That's some dog stuff he's talking about in there too. He is talking about some dog. He said, "What would Pluto do?" You know who he's talking about? Who's Pluto? Who's Pluto? That's Future, my guy. What would he do? If he gonna screw my ex, if he gonna screw my girl, my old girl, I'm gonna screw her too. I'm gonna screw his old girl. I'm gonna figure out a way. Bro, I'm appalled. I'm just appalled.
Yeah,
but I'm curious to see where your head's at, brother.
Yeah, I mean, I like your top 5. I mean, I think this album's crazy. There's a lot to pull from it. There's a lot of songs, and I mean, personally, with a big album like this, if you got 10 plus songs that I'm like rotating on a daily basis, that's insane. It's been a long time since I've had 10 songs minimum that I'm having rotation from a single album. That does not happen these days.
I did want to say one thing.
Okay, go ahead.
Before you get into it. I think I rated Utopia an 8.9 or something like that, 8.8, something there in that range. I might have somewhere in that. I still think Utopia has opportunity to compete with Drake, but Drake is Drake, and replayability is one of the biggest things when it comes to albums, because I was literally just playing trivia earlier. They're talking about Thriller, Michael Jackson's album, and that song could still get replayed today and it still hits. So, and you talked about the amount of songs, like there's not 10 songs I think on Travis Scott's album that could be replayed. I love the album, but
yeah, Travis Scott's album's not close to this album. And Travis Scott's album was great. It was great. Yeah, sonically, it was amazing. And I remember the feeling I had when I first listened to it. But it is one of those albums that it's like, it's one of those first experience albums, and it's probably because it's probably a live orientation album. You have to go buy the ticket, see it. I mean, I've seen clips of the show. I've seen what Fiend looks like in person, or I mean, not in person, but through video of someone else enjoying it in person. I've seen what that's making people do in a live setting. So that's probably a live setting album. But we're talking about For All the Dogs here. So I have the same number 1 song as you, Virginia Beach. And it's funny because it's my consensus number 1 song, because I can't go to this album and not start off with that song.
Facts.
I need to do that. Like and part of me, like when I go to the album, wants to play another song. Like I'm like looking through it. I always start off with Virginia Beach. Let me play another one. And then as I'm like, going through my options, I'm like, I want to listen to Virginia Beach. Like I'm leaning Soda Fanta. I'm fantasizing, I'm not in love, I'm compromising, you know what I'm saying? Like what no, but like I love that song. I think it's such a nice way to start. It's such a fucking Drake beat too. Like that beat is just phenomenal. It makes you feel like you're floating. I like it because I'm a very like nighttime type songs. Like I like songs that like I feel like were meant to be played at nighttime in the car, on the road. You got big city lights out the window.
Yep.
I like those
Yes.
type of songs. Those are like my favorite types of rap songs. So that's what that's why I really like that album. I think the hook, I think it's one of the best plays. Like somebody made a point, I think it was Joe Budden. Joe Budden made a point in his previous take, and he said that this album lacked catchy hooks. And he said that Drake hasn't put out like one of those undeniable catchy hooks in a long time. And when I thought about it, I was like, oh, that's you know, that he's foul for even saying that. Drake's had so many hits in the last few years. How would none of them been a catchy hook? When I go back and listen to it with an open mind, it's like, okay, yeah, these hooks are catchy, but they're not the timeless hooks that we are used to from Drake. I feel like the hook on Virginia Beach is absolutely that. Timeless. Like, I feel like that was like a vintage Drake hook. So you spoke about Virginia Beach plenty. I will go ahead and go to the next song.
I apologize.
No, it's great. My next favorite song on this album is Fear of Heights.
Okay.
Fear of Heights to me is like, damn, this nigga gives no fucks anymore. No fucks. Like, we thought when you said like the X album, and he's so clever at, you know, putting it in there and saying just enough to where he can't blah, 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 you can't pin anything on him, but you know exactly what he's talking about. He didn't do that in Fear of Heights. He didn't cleverly put anything in there. He straight up told you what that shit was, yo. He said he anti. He said the sex was average with you. He's anti because he had it with you. This boy, nigga is so goated that he wants us regular folk to believe that the sex with Rihanna was average. I don't believe that shit. Not for a goddamn second. Not for a goddamn second. If that sex was average, it's because you weren't laying pipe, my nigga. And it had nothing to do with Rihanna. Had nothing to do with Rihanna. And that's just facts. But the fact that he just had the nerve to say that on the song going in and then say, oh, nah, let me chill. Fuck it, let me go in.
That's the giveaway, ante, bro. That was the giveaway. Literally, it was like, oh yeah, I'm gonna let you know this is who I'm talking about, and I'm about to go in.
So hard, bro. And then he said, fuck it, I'm gonna go in. One critique I have, whoever mastered that song, I don't know about you, but when you listen to it, it doesn't sound as loud as the other songs. It kind of pisses me off. Because when he says, fuck it, I'm gonna go in, I want that shit to thump. Because he goes in. Like, he ain't playing no games. He's talking about fucking ASAP's wallet, saying his bucks are short. How you gonna keep it a buck when you ain't got no bucks? Like, damn, he said you gonna buy the whole nigga's pub if it was up for sale and shit. No, he was wilding. Completely, everybody knew what he was talking about. I thought it was a great song. And when Yachty came out and said he's shooting at people and people are gonna be like surprised at who he's coming at, that was a great highlight point for me. I love it because I think everybody knew what he was talking about, and we ain't seen someone call out someone on that level in this stage of the game. That don't happen in rap anymore these days. The last time was probably like Controller, right? So, or with Kendrick, but Controller, or Control, whatever it was. Y'all know what the fuck I'm talking about. I don't.
Control, yeah.
Yeah. Next song that I like on this album, Rich Baby Daddy. And I
His
think
part's great, though. I love his part.
Have you gone out since the albums came out?
No, I haven't been like out, no.
I haven't either. But I'm willing to guarantee that when Rich Baby Daddy comes on, that's gonna be the fucking song. I'm willing to guarantee that the way the girls react to Rich Baby Daddy, that's gonna be the fucking song. And any person who was like, or mostly guys, I feel like most guys aren't the ones that fucking with it, who are like, oh, that Sexy Red part don't go hard. When they see how them chicks be reacting to Sexy Red's lyrics, whole perspective is gonna change. So I put Rich Baby Daddy in there because the moment I listened to it, I knew exactly what that's gonna do outside, and I was like, oh, this is an outside song. This is a bop.
Yeah.
This song should have been given to us in the summer because this is a summer bop, and could have easily been the summer track of like the track of the whole summer because there was not one. As it was the first summer in a long time, there just really wasn't a track for it. So, I really like that song. I thought Sexy Red. I'm not even a fan of Sexy Red's music. I actually hate it, to be honest. But, I think that Drake, obviously, when he blesses people with the Midas touch, he brings the best out. He brings the best out of him. So, yeah, that's my third one. Fourth song. Fourth song, I'll probably have to go with First Person Shooter Mode. Sorry, it's a basic pick, but it's fucking First Person Shooter Mode. Like, come on. Drake and J. Cole giving us an absolute radio bop. Like, that's what we needed. I've been wanting Drake and J. Cole to come like that, and they did. Obviously, I would have loved for Drake to have matched J. Cole's lyricism. But, like I said, I think at the end of the day, the story behind that would be Drake's son, this nigga, because he gifted him his first number one. And I don't want to sound like I'm coming at Cole, because Cole a North Carolina boy. I'm with Cole, and Cole's one of my favorite rappers. I'm not coming at you. I just keep it how it is. I got to keep it a buck. So, that was my number 4. Number 5. Wait, was that number 4? Yeah, that was number 4.
Yeah.
Number 5. And I think I'm going to go out on a limb on this one because I don't think many people have this in the top 5.
I think I know what you're going to say.
I don't think you do. I like Bahamas Promises.
Okay. Wow.
And the reason why, and let me Bahama Promises sounds like a Nothing Was the Same track. Right? It kind of sounds, there's a lot of R&B, popish songs on Nothing Was the Same that I really love. Nothing Was the Same is my favorite Drake album of all time. And that song reminded me of that. But even so, I thought it was kind of like what he was talking about in the song. One, the melodies are super catchy. It's super like chill, just easy to follow. But also like I can just imagine that in the position that he's in, him being as big as he is, and he's blessing girls, taking them on these vacations and whatnot. And then some girls just don't know how to hang, don't know how to act like they've been there before, and just kind of, ruining the trip, fucking up the whole trip, and not a vibe. Like, I can see that being a normal problem for him that he goes through all the time, trying to pull up a random baddie and she just can't hang with the folks. You know what I'm saying? I thought it was a great song. I love the vibe. So it kind of gives you a vibe of where I was leaning at on this album. If I had to rate it, I can't remember exactly what I rated Utopia, because I want to make sure I rate this one higher. I believe I was in the 7.
It's a high 8. I think you were like it wasn't high 8. No, you were like low 8s. Low 8s, I want to say. Like low 8s, like 8-1, 8-2.
All right, well then this is an 8, 6 to 7. We'll say that. Because this album is great. People, you listen to it, shut up, stop being a bunch of yes men, stop being a bunch of groupthink ass niggas. Sit down, listen to this, enjoy it. Drake really gave us an album. No, it's not the rap album. I wanted that too. Trust me, I wanted that too. I'm at the point now where I feel like we might never get it, because if he knew how many people wanted the rap album and he didn't give it to us on For All the Dogs, we probably not getting that shit. He probably just too big and can't give us an album of just rap because it's not going to sell like that. But This was a great album. Aubrey, you did your damn thing. You showed your goddamn ass. Enjoy your 2 years off. You deserve it. For the rest of the rap game, good luck. This is your chance to take the mantle, even though I don't think that any of y'all out there will. I think you'll do a bunch of lackluster, mediocre shit. Somebody will come out and have a hot 2 years, and as soon as Drake and Kendrick come back and blah, 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 and Travis Scott, they'll remind us, oh, the shit you were doing is yesterday's shit. This is the real shit, and you can't keep producing like this for a 15-year run like Drake is. That is where I'm at on this album. please appreciate it, guys, because I'd imagine that we're like this run of getting Drake every year to every other year is coming to a close. We're probably going to hit a point where he starts to move more like Kendrick and Cole. And so I hope that y'all know that what we just got for the past 3-4 years was a lot of material and, you know, some lackluster, but obviously some vintage Drake in there as well.
Yeah, man. I'm like I've said it a multitude of times at this point now. Like giving it his flowers. Everyone that performed this album. I mean, like, dude, I think this is gonna be a time like I can see myself in the next 5 to 6 years still listening to these songs. Like I really can. Like Virginia Beach for sure. Like that will be there. Like it's no doubt that's gonna be on a playlist. It'll be on any playlist at this point. If people got the Smirky Face playlist, you know what I'm talking about. Smirky Face playlist, you know, that type of thing, or whatever type of playlist you got going on, they'll be on all of them. I'm impressed, man. I'm impressed because, like, he didn't bring I think when we think about For All the Dogs, or when like the general population thinks For like all the dogs, like he's like, all right, this is for the boys, this is for the dudes out there, like, you know, it's not like a Screw Women, like, or you know, Women Suck album or anything like that. But that's kind of what some guys wanted, because like low key that like some women be rapping about that stuff and like, yeah, he ain't blah blah blah, this, that, and the other, and the guys kind of wanted that same iteration from Drake. On the, you know, just in a opposite spectrum. And I think that when it comes down to it, if you really, like I said, like Mike said, like I've said, if you really listen to what he's saying, bro, he is an absolute dog. Everything he's saying, like, if you're like, bro, he's telling, like, I feel like a lot of the stuff he's saying has genuinely happened to him. Like, this is like real life experience, and he's making it art. Like, he's literally making it art and putting it in perspective for the rest of us who don't necessarily have the lifestyle where he gets to go and travel to the Bahamas whenever he wants to go, and like he can buy a girl BBL whenever she wants, and I take her on the first class flight. I wanted to actually shout out the song with 21 Savage, because 21 is the boy. Love 21. Was it Calling for Love, or what's it called?
Calling for You?
Well,
you like that song, bro? That song was trash to me.
No. Listen. No. The reason I like the song is this, because Amen with Tizo Touchdown. By the way, Tizo Touchdown's fire. Go listen to his last album. Is he R&B type vibe? It's such a good vibe. If you haven't listened to Tizo Touchdown, definitely listen to it. It's freaking good. And that shout out Complex Ambition. They actually put me on that after like kind of like looking at their reaction to Drake. I went and immediately listened to it. But the transition from Amen to Calling for You is like the Mercedes-Benz line. They're on like the line with the Mercedes-Benz. I think it's Amen to Calling for You. It's one of the two. It's either Amen to Calling for You or Calling for You to Fear Heights. And it's like there's a theme, bro. He's making a theme on the song. Like, if you look at Virginia Beach, Amen, Calling for You, Fear of Heights, you see how the pace like picks up in Fear of Heights towards the end. Daylight, first person shooter, I Don't Give a Fuck. 79, 69, Santa. I thought you were gonna actually say that for your fifth song, low key.
That's 6. I love that song.
Yeah, it comes right after I Did Get GAF, and I'm like, dude, that's such a good like follow up. And then Slime You Out.
6, man.
Yeah, and Slime You Out. I mean, dude, it is a well put together project. There is actual cohesiveness to it. Like, it's not just let me put songs wherever I want to. Like, bro, Drew Picasso to Members Only, like, they all lead to each other. What would Pluto do? Members Only is talking about, oh, my dudes are screwing you, while at the same time it's like, no, what would Pluto do after that? And then she wants to go out to all the parties, but it literally is lining up. And then the Gently song just kind of comes out of nowhere, but it's the BBL Love interlude that kind of changed it up. But Gently to Rich Baby Daddy, to Another Late Night, to Away From Home, which is also a banger. I haven't really listened to Polar Opposites a ton. I don't know how, for some reason, I just never listened to it. I'm always in like the mid section of the album. I like, basically, if you want to be completely honest, I can listen to this song without even thinking, like just mindlessly listen. Obviously, I enjoy the songs from Virginia Beach, number one, all the way down to. I mean, obviously, I'd skip the screw the world, and I appreciate the homage to DJ Screw, but yeah, I can literally go all the way down to BBL Love, so 1 to 17 without skipping.
It's a great
Like
album.
Jamie.
That's why I was
Like,
like, I'm so glad that like now that you like, because I know at first I'm not gonna say you didn't like the album, but you weren't super high on it on first listen, and I was like, damn, bro, because like it was like I really fuck with this album. I was like, I feel like Sterling would fuck with this album.
No, it's hard, man. Like I think he did a phenomenal job. I mean, my least favorite song on the album by far is Gently. I'm sorry, that song is not good. It's just annoying, to be frank. I don't. I mean, it's catchy, like I said. It's a good little salsa vibe, but like, no one has put a project together like this in years. Where like, there's basically not one song on the album where it's just like, okay, that song should have never even been up here, type of album. Because Gently needed to be up here because he needed to have Bad Bunny on it. Because Bad Bunny is one of the biggest artists in the world, and that's for his own sake. So the BBL interlude really did suck, but other than that, man, I mean, it's a masterpiece. It's literally a masterpiece. And Yachty was right, because like I was just thinking about it when how we were talking about like Yachty saying, he's coming at people, but he's like, oh, this is the best music I've heard Drake write and like ever. And I'm like, when I first listened to it, I was like, there's no way Yachty is saying this. He's just being a hype man, which I can appreciate. But then I'm like, listening to him, like, damn, this shit is good.
Yeah, but that whole shit where he was saying like some of his best verses in his career, that was cap though.
No, it's not some of the best verses in his career. I think it's the best. I think it's some of the best artistry he's done, meaning he's put together a project that has genuine cohesiveness to it. Like, I can understand kind of the story kind of going about here. Because I actually think, oh my God, I think I might, Michael, I think I might figure it out.
What you figure out?
So Virginia Beach. So when you think of Virginia, have you been to Virginia Beach before?
Yeah.
Okay. So like he talks about like it's rough, like Virginia Beach, blah blah blah, like da da da. Virginia Beach, like when you're watching the waves and stuff, that's like at the evening time, like evening of the day before, right? Day before, watching the waves crash, do whatever, that type of thing. Amen. What do you do at night before you go to sleep? You pray, right? Calling for you, late night vibe. Somebody's calling for you on some BS. Some girl's calling you. Fear of heights. Like this is where he's just kind of like he's in his bag. It's still late. It's still kind of coming into early morning, right? Daylight. It's daytime now, right? He leads directly into first-person shooter mode, basically intertwining daylight and first-person shooter together. IDGAF. I don't give a fuck.
You are like, full-time Drake stan where they like create these fucking. You are deep in the bag right now, bro.
No. And it's like, and that's like your midday type of thing. Like he's moving through midday. No, bro. I'm telling you, I am telling you. It just clicked. Because dude, just look at it. Look at the way it lines up. And then you keep going down. It goes like, because it's the day before, right? Or the night before Virginia Beach. You roll down. We're like midday. We're flying out Bahamas, right? We're in the Bahamas. We're trying our best. No. Listen. And then your midday is after the morning. Drew Picasso. He's kind of getting a little later in the evening. Not past 8 or 9. It's like they probably just had dinner or something. Members only. This is when you go out. What will Pluto do? It's getting a little late. We got some drinks in us. Now all the parties. Not all the parties. We're late night. Okay, we wake up next morning, 8 a.m. in Charlotte. We just bopped out of the Bahamas. We're back in Charlotte working. BBL Love, that don't count. Gently, we gotta wake up a little bit. Get back to the midday. Rich baby daddy. I'm flexing on some random girl that I probably shouldn't be flexing on. Maybe the same girl from the Bahamas. Another late night, Lil Yachty. He's still away from home, on tour, and then he's a polar opposite of the girl he's with.
No, okay, but for like There was a few stretches that it made sense, but there was definitely some reach in there. The most one was the when you got to members only. The what would you do? What would Pluto do? Then all the parties at 8 a.m. in Charlotte. That one was kind of like, oh damn, like I can see how that works.
No, that one. I think the cohesiveness goes from like, I think Virginia Beach to Calling for You is that 1 to 3 song is, and then Daylight first person shooter, and then I Don't Give a Fuck kind of lineup. I think he does maybe does them like 3 to 4 song patches of like, oh, this is what we're trying to do, this is what we're trying to do, this is what we're trying to do. Yeah, and sliming you out. You know what sliming you out means, right?
Yeah.
So like Bahama Promises, he's bringing this girl back. He bringing her back. And then he tried our best. We tried our best. You weren't good enough. Screw the world. Don't count. Drew Picasso. I mean, brother, like this is just high level artist analytics right here by Still. That's all it is. Like high level. I'm telling you, just like sit on it for like a week. For the people that are listening and watching, please just sit on it for like a week and be like, dang, bro, he was kind of right. Like, listen to it. I'm not joking. I'm gonna get out of here.
Wait, what did you say? What are you saying? You might want to get it out your mouth so I can hear what you're saying.
No.
Just tell them to beat it out.
Basically, what we're looking at here is him being extremely creative in the way that he's making timelines. Like, he's making a timeline. That's all it is. It's a timeline of what's going on in his day-to-day, what maybe his day-to-day looked like making this album in reality. Like, and it could be based on the order of that.
You know what?
Brother,
I really like the album too. I'm going to let you rock with it because some of it actually, for some crazy way, made sense. Like, there were some stretches where I was like, damn, I don't know how he's doing this right now, but it's making fucking sense. There's some other stretches where I'm like, he's reaching, but I'm going to let you have that. Yeah, I'm going to let you have that. Basically.
I'm going to take it. Yo, and telling you, take a week, people. Be like, dang, Stone was right, bro. That guy is the Drake analytics guy. Like, he should be getting paid a couple mil a year for this. Yup, you daggone right I should. Shoot, I'll analyze some Drake lyrics for a few years, make a couple milli.
You know what some Drake lyrics we needed to hear from? Since this was a For All the Dogs album. I know this, I just put this in the doc. I'm not sure if you've heard anything about it. You can let me know if you don't. If you haven't heard anything about it. But we could have really used some For All the Dog Drake lyrics around what Jada Pinkett Smith has been coming out here on her little memoir tour, all these interviews and what she's been saying about Will, talking about how they've been divorced for 7 years, talking about how Chris Rock like tried to get with her when he heard the rumors. That's a rumor. And when they heard the rumors of them being divorced, and she didn't know why Will would go up there and smack Chris Rock and call her his wife and whatnot. Like, bro, she's saying Tupac is her soulmate, which we all know.
Oh my.
Like, bro, what in the fuck is going on with this chick? I feel like all I ever hear is Jada's side and never hear anything from Will. And then,
see, he put a public thing out.
What, the picture?
Like, no, like I thought he just did. Hold on.
He just made a public statement. All right. Well,
yeah.
While you're looking that up, what I don't understand about Jada Pinkett is, let's say that they have been divorced for 7 years, because I do believe that. I can see that being the case, and that they were just, putting on the family show for the business. They are an entity themselves, but what really irks my nerves is that basically means the past 7 years, you haven't shut the fuck up about your ex. Why are you still speaking on this man 7 years later? If that is true, Will has not mentioned you in any regard, negative nor positive, in that 7 year span, yet you're hopping on interviews. You literally made a whole career and show basically off the bat of ripping your ex-husband down and all the shit about how you got with August or Augusto, whatever his name is, how you love Tupac. What are you doing? Like, leave this man alone. Let him chill. He don't want you no more. Like, move on. You don't want him to move on.
He's a 1% man, and he made you look. I mean, you low-key made yourself a 1% a woman, but like, he put up a official statement. I think I didn't even watch it, but I just saw it like right before we started doing the pod. Bro, it's so fun. I feel so bad for that man. And yeah, like he needs to listen to this song on repeat, this album on repeat, continuously. And 50 Cent apparently put a statement out just recently and said, "All right, enough is enough. Free Will Smith." Bro, like nobody likes you, Jada. Like, and for the women that like you, they just like you because you're being exactly what they want to be in the most disrespectful way possible.
Should I play this statement?
Yeah, you can play it.
Right,
I've not listened to it.
I haven't listened to it either, so we don't know what's in this, but here is Will Smith's statement to all of this.
That's how for you. Here's the thing. So, my opinion of the... That's how for you. Here's the thing. So, that's how...
Oh, so he doesn't make a statement. He basically says he basically acts as if he's about to make a statement, and then the video does some editing effect where it zooms out to the globe and he doesn't actually make any statement at all.
Yeah, and that's what the caption I think said, like, is this an iRobot reference? And I was like, what? Like, what am I missing here? But, dude, I don't know. Free Will Smith, bro. Like, she is terrorizes man at this point. Like, he's embarrassed himself on national television on one of the biggest memes of the past decade, like, for you, and you're just, yeah, well, I mean, Will's this and like Tupac's my soulmate. Dude, honestly, I don't believe in DV, none of that, bro. Like, I wouldn't even be surprised that, like, he just slapped the absolute heck out of her.
But bro,
I would not be surprised.
I was on Will's side during the Chris Rock slap because I still feel like Chris Rock's a bitch. He's still talking about that shit, talking about he's still scarred. Nigga, you got slapped. You a grown ass man. If you don't grow the fuck up and move on from that shit or get your lick back, then shut the fuck up. But if it's true that Chris Rock was, reaching out to his fucking ex-wife, then of course I got up there and smacked the shit out your dumb ass on live television. With your stupid, scrawny looking ass, nigga. Only make fucking jokes for white people ass, nigga. Uncle Tom ass, joke ass, nigga. Comedian ass, nigga. Your last Netflix special wasn't funny ass, nigga. Nigga.
Dude, I really think that, like, to kind of like wrap it all back and like put a bow on it. I mean, it's an impressive feat by, I don't know, it's impressive to like, for Jada Pinkett, like, to be able to be this damn good at just staying in the spotlight. I give her super mad props. I give her mad props for that. I think that a majority of like what we really see in the media, like when she comes out with some stuff, like people pay attention. Like, it's every time. Like, it's like crack. And all she has to do is say Will. She doesn't have to say anything else. Will.
Yep.
And it could be like the most outrageous comment, or it could be something that could actually have like legitimate meaning to it, more or less. And she's still like, she's making her money with her bald head, looking like I mean, low key, G.I. Jane. I don't care. That jump was kind of low key funny, but Will Smith needs to like let it go. I understand he got love for this woman. Like, I mean, like, I get that, bro. You married to somebody for so long, dated him prior to that. Like, I get it, bro. Like, I get it, but don't make yourself like a fool. Like, at this point, you look like a fool for all the stuff you've done and all the memes people have made out of you because of this woman. There is nothing else to be said. And that's what's a scary reality because there's some women out there, like I said, that are idolizing this. They're like, oh yeah, like this is it. Like I don't want my man to think he's got anything on me. Brother, like, dude, nobody cares. No one cares. Like, no one cares. Like, she is just a mean person. She's not treating this man right, and we have to sit there and eat it for what it is. So,
And like, if we keeping it a buck, she ain't even like that no more. Like, I don't know why she out here moving like she's still like that. Like, this ain't the 90s.
No, this is not the 90s, my guy.
They're
and not to say Jada isn't, nothing's not to say she's not a pretty lady, because she is. But, brother, like you said, if it was the 90s, yeah, you'd be winning. But look, there's some women out there that look a lot different. A lot different. And they be moving completely different. Not as negatively as you be moving in the media. So, for the folks out there that might be like on her side, I get it. Like, everybody's got a right to their opinion, just like everybody's got an asshole. Like, I ain't gonna try to take it away from you. I'm just saying your opinion's wrong. I don't care. I think she's a poorly judged or has poor morals, and ultimately is like probably taking a decade off of Will Smith's life at this point.
Yeah,
I'm not even gonna cap. She's probably taking a literal decade off this man's life, and that's fine. Like, in the grand scheme of things, it's a little screwed up, but it's like, it's fine. But like, shout out Drake for all the dogs, because you know what? Next situation I'm in, I'm definitely not gonna be like no Will Smith, bro. I promise you that, because I'm gonna be listening for all the dogs. I'm like, nah.
Hell nah. Anytime I'm feeling like Will, I'm throwing on Virginia Beach, and we singing our way out that shit.
With the melodies, with the boys.
We're gonna be like the old ass slaves in the on the cotton fields, a hot ass summer, sweating, tired, wishing this shit. Just swinging, just leaning, so I find
Lash.
Oh, that's fun.
I can see it. In other stuff. So, but nah, bro. It's. I gotta get back on the Drake ideology, because even though Jada's a screwed up woman, because I really just don't like her. I mean, I don't know, for all the folks out there, have been keeping up. I mean, we just talked for I don't even know how long about just on an album. That just goes to show you, like, that it means a lot to us. Like, obviously, like Mike's mentioned before, it's like, we gotta really cherish this, because like this really might be one of the last like times we hear from Drake on a fully produced, his own studio album type of thing. I'm sure he'll be on a feature here and there, and he'll pop out on little stuff here and there. People take up old snippets from where he's at, and like, that's gonna happen. We still got AI, don't forget that. We still got AI, and AI do be fire. But AI did drop off the face of the globe whenever this man dropped For All the Dogs. That is a fact. They were like, we can't replicate this. We can't replicate this. It's impossible. He's a magician. But I'm in the headspace now for the people that are listening, for anybody that's like looking into this. Like, if you guys are still listening to For All the Dogs, you're not feeling it. Like I said, everybody's got a right to their opinion. I feel like there's at least 3 to 4 songs on this album at bare freaking minimum for everybody. Like, not for everybody, but if you really listen to it, like, dang, that's a good song, bro. That's a good song. Like, I can't even fret. Like, that's a good song. It got me hype. It got me in my feels. It got me like this, that, and the other. Like, whatever it is, feel it, bro. But that's all it's about. So, I mean, I don't really have much else to say about that, man. It's just kind of like,
everyone's got a right to their opinion. A wrong opinion is weighed just as much as a right one, so I always tend to only have right opinions if I'm going to have one. So, if you're out here thinking that For All the Dogs sucks, you're out here wasting your time. You don't get extra points for having a wrong opinion. You might as well have the right one. Exactly.
And I'll leave a comment below, man, and you comment on social media for us on our Instagrams and stuff like that. TikTok as well. We just opened that up as well. Love to see you guys on that. Let us know what you think for all the dogs. Obviously, give us feedback on the the pods in general, and like so we can get some genuine understanding of where we need to do better at. But I really want to get you guys' thoughts on For All the Dogs, your favorite songs. Like comment below like your favorite song, and then what you guys rate the album, because I really want to see some differing opinions. Because Mike and I, like, we've been friends for what, a decade now, over a decade now. Jesus, wow, holy, it's actually a crazy thing. And you and Chad for almost 2 decades at this point.
Yeah, and also make sure in the comments below, if you're trying to fuck a girl that looks like your ex, tag her. We want to see her Instagram. I'm trying to see what type of hoes you trying to fuck out there.
True. And if the girls took the Daylight song, if there's any ladies listening to this, for the ladies, if you're saying that you're trying to do the same thing, like, sure, like, I mean, I guess you could do the same thing, but like,
you ain't got to tag them niggas though.
You ain't gonna tag them.
I don't care to see them. I really
niggas. Yeah, I'm not there to see them at all. We just want to have an idea so we can support our brethren and also the other people a part of our community. Because that's what we've said from the beginning. We've been trying to build a community, man. Our goal, and I know it seem lofty for the people that are been listening to us, but like honestly, bro, we want to be able to reach 100 subscribers by the end of the year, like on YouTube. And then I don't know exactly how many people are following on Spotify and our other platforms where we have it on just audio, but I would love to be able to surpass that. And as we go into the new year, be able to continue to grow upon what we've got, because it'll be coming up on a year here soon of us doing this. So I'd love to, be able to roll in on some good stuff. And I know that we'll have some stuff to be able to, go off of that, giveaways or things like that, just to kind of spice things up as things go up a little bit further. But goal for this, like Mike said, like, subscribe, comment, turn the notifications button on. Don't want to miss a dang on thing. And I really, really enjoyed this, man. I enjoyed the album. I enjoyed getting back in the flow of things. Apologize for the hiatus. I know not seeing us for a couple weeks is horrendous, man. It probably made you guys sick to your stomach. I mean, if you had runny booty, I mean, that happens too. Like, I get it sometimes. You might feel literally nauseous and feel like you just had 100 tequila shots. I don't care. We're back. We're better. We're beautiful. We're black. And we are even more educated and better off now that Drake has his album out.
1000%. And, just one last thing, I mentioned it earlier, but I do want to leave you with a nugget. We are looking to grow our channel and add layers onto it. I know y'all have been, watching the pod. Some of y'all have been watching it on a weekly basis. We appreciate that. We love that. We want to, reward you guys for watching and give you more content. We know that, maybe not everybody can sit through a long form. Our goal for this channel, like Sterling said, is to build a community, but also to build a media platform where we can have multiple different shows, a lot of cool things going on where we can keep y'all entertained throughout the week. So look out for our newest show on the channel. It will be Black React. Yes, the fan favorite, our favorite segment, Black React. It's going to have a little twist though. It's not going to be quite like the podcast was. We're going to be reacting. It's going to be our reaction show to videos, maybe new albums. Like we said, we were going to do a reaction video to For All the Dogs, but that's not going to happen. We're going to find some cool YouTube videos to react to. You'll get, we'll sit here, me and Sterling, we're going to joke around. We're going to watch some cool stuff, and we're going to be able to react to it with you guys. So it's going to be awesome. That's going to be every Thursday, so be on the lookout for that. We should get that rolling by next week. So yeah, and we're gonna keep trying to come up with some new things. We gotta take it one step at a time. We're full-time workers, but we are trying to really grind, put this together, and create something big, something special for you guys. But It's good to be back. I'm glad to be back. I'm glad to hear Sterling, his wild takes. I love this shit, man. This is fun. I honestly, I feel like I wouldn't even have an outlet to speak about some of these topics that I usually just see on my phone, and I'm just like, oh man, and I have these thoughts about it. But I kind of just keep it to myself, so it's fun to kind of have this outlet to speak on it. So, if you love it, man, we're back. Sorry for the 2-week hiatus. We're back now. Keep on watching, keep on liking, keep on subscribing. For the fellas out there, listen, man, they only want a 1% nigga, so quit your bitching and get your bread up. If we're all the dogs don't got you motivated to quit your bitching and get your bread up and become an after dark 1% man, I don't know what will. I really don't know what will. Cause it damn sure ain't about to be some of these other albums that be dropping, you know. I don't know what will. Forget about it. For the ladies out there listening, listen, man. He's listening to For All the Dogs right now. I guarantee you, he does not want you. I guarantee you for the next few months, he does not want you. So you should just move on, sweetie. But it's okay because we still love you. You're still beautiful and powerful. And like I said, we still love you. It's been a 2-week hiatus. I'm sorry, but you know what it is. It's the After Dark Podcast. Until next time.